up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Chicken Bone Alley, brought to you by Ramey Racing Engines, Profab Headers and Exhaust, SRI Performance, and Stock Car Steel and Aluminum. What is going on, guys? I'm David.
I'm Connor.
The man over here, he got to wear his Kyle Busch shirt every time.
It's been happening more recently.
So you just keep wearing it. Are you washing the shirt?
Yeah. I mean, it's still several weeks in between. Yeah. I'm pretty proud of that one.
I hear you. What's up, man?
Not much. How you been?
I'm lovely.
Yeah.
We got a pack shop up in
do.
here. You can't see it right there behind Connor, but my motorcycle was actually stuck right over here. It's for sale if anybody wants it. I don't have time for it because them race cars over there, but yeah, it's kind of packed in here because and I got
a lot of stuff going on.
Engine hoist up there, and because we got the motor out.
But you're expanding though.
We are. Do you see that over there?
I see it laid out. Yeah.
Think that might work out over there.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna have a new race shop here in a few weeks.
Might have to buy some shop space from you.
You can come on, hop in there. We'll fill it back up. Too,
yeah, you'd be probably surprised.
Oh, it won't take long.
You'll be needing more room
this
time next year, probably.
I don't care how big a shop you ever build.
Oh yeah,
you always need a bigger one.
Easily.
I mean, it's just all of a sudden stuff comes.
Then you know you got room, so everything it builds up.
So I guess we'll have I think for right now, at least if we ever get air conditioning or anything over in the bigger shop, which will be a lot more to air conditioning.
Is it gonna be a good bit bigger?
Be 30 by 40. That will 3-bay shop. So not
kind of wider, I guess.
Yeah, wider. So until then we'll keep the podcast in here.
It's fine.
So
just keep it where it's cool.
Exactly.
Yes, right.
Exactly, because it's hot outside.
Oh yeah.
So might not have race cars in here as much, but if anybody wants to, like I got a door hanging on the wall back there. If y'all want to get a door on, some sheet metal from your race car hung up.
I probably got a piece I can bring if that's what you want to do.
Some up there.
Oh yeah.
I got another addition back there that I've actually had for a while. Me and Sterling got it a while back. There's a tire on the wall back there, or a piece of a tire cut out off tire.
Yeah.
Signed by Scott Bloomquist. So yeah, I got a Chris Ferguson door I need to put up.
You can make this like a little trophy room.
It's gonna be it's gonna have some. My dad want to do. He likes having get-togethers and stuff and cookouts and stuff like that. So we'll kind of make this kind of a eating area / kitchen. Yeah, stuff like that.
That's good. Perfect size for that.
Yeah, that's what it was made for to begin with. And
then
kind of
race cars came,
took it over. Well, I just realized we wouldn't really live, or we was live on Facebook. Couldn't nobody see us. Sorry about that. I apologize. Apologize about that. But anyway, we're here. We're here now.
Okay. So we are here. Yeah, we're not replaying last week's or 2 weeks ago.
No, we are here. We are here. So anyway, cool, man, cool. Well, we got some guests coming on here tonight, right about 6:30. So if anybody's waiting on it, Colby Quick and Derrick Ramey coming in after a weekend at
something with an L.
Lavonia.
There you go.
I just had a massive brain aneurysm. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, they were down at Lavonia in the Fast Track series. Derrick was in his first. We talked. I threw some stuff out there on Facebook this past week. It was a kind of a secret I told Earl I had to keep. I known about it for a little while coming up, but since it's a cool deal, and we're gonna get to talk to Derrick about that. Going to talk to Colby, who is also a Ramey Racing Engine and a Longhorn driver. Talked to both of them. Talked to Colby about his win. Derrick came in second, so
there you go.
Figured why not have them on together?
Yeah,
sounded good to me.
Yep,
sounded good to me. So
good crew coming.
Yeah, so they'll be on here at 6:30 for you people live here. But anyway, well, man, how's summer treated you so far? Been
pretty
out
good.
Of school,
yeah.
Chilling,
pretty much. Doing stuff around the house. Not a whole lot. Just a little bit of everything, I guess.
A little bit of all of it.
Yep. Stuff ramping up over your way.
Well, we've been wide open. We when school gets out, buses stop, so we had to work on all of
yearly
them.
maintenance and all.
But they only stopped for a little while. We got 40-some buses still running. I'm like, man.
Really?
Yeah. Summer school and all kind of
wow. And
all kind of summer programs they got going on.
And the schools start back earlier this year.
Yeah, they start back last week of July.
July 30th, something, yeah.
Yeah, right there at the end of July. So we'll be
quick turnaround.
Very quick turnaround. Very quick turnaround. So anyway. So what's been going on your way though, as far as the race car and all that stuff? We you got back out there and ran it?
Yeah, we were out there Saturday, and I don't know, maybe we're making a little bit of progress on it. I think we're about to overhaul our setup and everything, and so we'll see. We ended up qualified 15th out of 20-something, 23 or 4.
Yeah.
I mean, we made it up to 9th, so we got a top 10 out of. I didn't feel like we were terrible at the end of the race. I feel like it leveled off, but we just couldn't seem to bust off a qualifying lap like we needed to. So we gotta find some speed, but yeah, we didn't get torn up, which was a big thing.
I ain't kidding. It was like the other night because I went out there to Florence Motor Speedway and hung out, and it was so funny because it was good for you, and I was glad. But it's like you'd pass somebody, and as soon as you pass them,
yeah,
they'd wreck.
I mean, that happened like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, like big wrecks,
like tore up. Yeah,
yeah. I think. Other than the 4-cylinder class the other night, every race had a red flag.
Really? We had 2. We had one like on the lap 3 or something.
It was, you just got around that, and all of a sudden they wrecked, and I just keep seeing them bring back pieces of a car, and I'm like, where's the rest of the car? I mean,
I think there's more cars running off the back straightaway than we're sitting.
Man, it was something else. It was wild. Wild night at the racetrack. So you think you headed in the right direction?
I think we made some progress. I don't know. I think we might still be fighting a little bit of motor. So we'll get that fixed. And I don't know. I mean, the class has just really stepped up his game this year. I mean, it's really,
well, if you're off
that top 10 is tough. Yeah,
a teeny bit, then it shows big time because everybody's so close.
It's very close. Yeah. So.
Yeah. So what how you feeling still about? I know we talked about it earlier in the year, and over at Florence Motor Speedway, went to a new tire program. I say new; it kind of used to be this way, then went away from it because of cost.
Yeah.
Well, now they went back to a 2 new tires per week, and you get your prior week or prior time you ran there. You get those that were new then to then run on your left sides. How you feeling about that?
I don't know. I think it's more stable, but I think for us, honestly, we ran better on the scuffs. I don't know. It just seemed to level it out more. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think right now, surprisingly, the car count, really it didn't fall off any. Might have even picked up. So I don't know. I guess it's a good thing overall. I mean, now you're to the point where you only have to buy two new every week, which is still more expensive than 4 scuffs, but not buying 4 tires. But I don't know. I'm still on the fence about it. That's a hard one to. I can see it both ways.
I figured I'd ask you because I only ran it one time with it, and then we've if you see the front car over there, looks like it's way up in there. That's because motor is out of it. It is at our good friend Earl Ramey's. Earl Ramey Race Engines up there. They get it freshened up. Because last time we didn't. Let's see. No, it was on here after that. I just felt like it didn't. I felt like we were handling too good.
That's kind of where we were at. I feel like we were so far off that that we should have been a little bit better.
Yeah. So. Which, that motor, we didn't really know anything about it.
Just probably got some laps on it, or just aged in general, yeah.
So we decided, took off last Thursday, took it up there to Earl's shop, and
some horsepower coming back.
Yes, sir.
Gonna be good.
Yes, sir. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. I'm on that'll completely cross that off the list of being any concern.
Keep that out your mind, and that's huge. I mean,
yeah.
I hate the feeling sitting around wondering if it's the car or the motor.
Is it me, motor, car? What is it? Yeah.
At least you have one of those checked off.
Yeah, exactly.
That'll probably. I mean, if you handle it, that's kind of how we were. In Dillon, handling wasn't really a problem. Just stopwatch not as good as you'd like it to be. Pretty much, really.
Yeah, yeah. Otherwise, I had some good racing. out there at Lawrence Motor Speedway
was.
this past week. It was some close racing for the most part with Charger class, though. Averett Lucas ended up kind of checking out with it, as he has pretty much all year.
Oh, yeah.
Between him and, we call him Little Ricky Locklear.
Mm-hmm.
But Little Ricky had some problems. Something he was running fine. All of a sudden, just
once he went down, it was pretty much.
I don't know what happened there.
Yeah.
And then they checked out with it.
Yeah, it was over at that point.
Late
Late models had a pretty good race.
Late models had a real good race.
Yeah.
Matt Cox.
Oh yeah.
Ended up winning it. Doug Barnes, Air Doug, was down there.
Craziest thing was old Glinsky flying off of turn 1 and 2.
See, I was turning around.
Really?
I saw the smoke flying up.
I saw it the whole way. I don't know how it caught my eye just coming down the straightaway, and then wow.
What, throttle hang or something on him?
I think
he just tried to, because I know he tries the high line.
Well, I mean,
there a lot of times.
sometimes he'll go in there and like go way like to the edge of the pavement.
Yeah.
And it's like he was running like Barnes down, or I think he might have had to restart. I think he was just kind of running him down. It's like he tried to push it a little bit more, and it just, when it crossed that line, it just once it caught that little bit of dirt, it flew off the track and way over.
You don't want to fly off in one.
It felt like it was still going
I saw
pretty big, because he went off the track before the middle of the corner, so he was still going.
Yeah, he's hit something down there.
Oh yeah,
there's a bunch of stuff down there.
Hopefully hit a embankment or something, a dirt embankment.
I don't know. There ain't no telling. There's trailers sitting all. There's trees.
A tractor.
There's a tractor. There's all kind of stuff way down there. When that guy flew off, when he flipped off of it back at the practice for the 400, he ended up hitting the end of a barrier, or no, it was the old stands that were down there. That's what it was.
Oh really? Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about, actually. Yeah.
Or hit the end of a Jersey barrier or something that was sitting down there. So it was a scary place
sketchy
over there.
I think it's still better.
I love it because
it's better than hitting a concrete wall.
Yeah, I love it because there's no wall, and I mean that's why I tell everybody, I'm like, look, if you're going to make a mistake at a racetrack, make it at Florence.
Oh yeah,
anywhere from turn 1 to turn 3.5.
Yeah.
Middle of turn.
I mean, shoot, I see all the time somebody's come back up the track after a wreck, sliding up, and where they would have just T-boned.
Yep.
Somebody can just go off the back straight away.
Yep, exactly.
Get a little dirty, but better than a front clip on it.
I promise you.
Oh yeah.
There was two cars flew off the back straight away into late models. Rocket Roberts there and Travis Truitt.
Yeah, that's the one I didn't see. I never saw that.
I didn't see what happened, but I'm guessing
somehow
Roberts' car there caught on fire or something down there. It looked like fuel come out of it, I guess.
I have no idea. I mean,
but they didn't look very concerned about it. It was funny because they were just standing there like they were talking.
The car didn't. I mean, I guess it looked like it had a little bit of right side damage, but I mean, for the most part, the car looked like it was tore up.
The wheel like crazy. Really? Yeah, the wheel was bent. I don't know what.
See, it must have hit something then.
But it still had air in it.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. I did see that wobbling back. Yeah.
I don't know how it was holding air. It was doing good.
Yeah.
That Hoosier was holding up.
Didn't lose the tire. We lost the rim.
No, and Travis's car, they towed it back.
That's what I was talking about.
Tore up on it, but...
Or you just had enough at that point.
He couldn't see out the windshield for all the dirt, I guess. I don't know. Because it was covered.
Yeah, there was a lot of off-track excursions over there Saturday.
Me and your dad was talking about it up there. He said... went off there one time. He said, me and Jim Reeves went all the way down there and hit a sign.
Yeah.
Years ago.
Yeah, I think about split that car in half, he told me.
Yeah, he tore it all to pieces that night. But yeah, I mean, it was a wild ride. Let's see, Barry and Rafe got something happened with them on the back stretch, kind of towards turn 3.
Well, it happened out of 2, and they pretty much slid all the way down the back straightaway.
They slid and somebody else was in. I forgot who they said was in it.
I think Lizzie.
Yeah, well, Lizzie, that's what I was fixing to say. But then Lizzie come along at the end, and she said somebody slid up in front of her. And
I think that was just Barry. I think it was Barry.
Barry slid up in front of her,
yeah.
And she collected him. And red flag there. And,
yeah. Seems like they were a little bit red flag happy this week.
Bandoleros, I think Either I couldn't see what happened. It happened over in turn 3. Being in the infield, you can't really see.
I heard the crowd.
Yeah, I heard the crowd. And you look over there.
Collectively gasp. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And they all went down to turn 3. I don't know if you flipped the car. I noticed it was a wild ride, is all they kept saying. So
Probably just.
I don't know.
There's no telling. Once you go over the hill, you really
who
nobody
knows
really
what's happening.
They need a camera on the back. That's what I'm a propose. They need a camera for flow racing, just pointing.
Well, what they need to do is
back straight away.
Well, either that or go up in one of them trees right there, delimb one of the trees, and put the camera up in the tree. That way you can see it.
Something pointing to where you can see the whole.
Yeah, the way it's able to turn and everything.
I think that'd be hugely popular.
I'm telling you,
they should do that for the 400s. That would be. I think that'd be awesome. People would like to see that. I want to see it.
It had to be like a automatic camera though, or one static camera, because I don't think nobody would volunteer to go up in it.
Oh no! I don't care how much you pay me.
It's like, nope, not going up there. Not going up there. Seen too many cars come off here.
Yeah.
4 cylinders. They had a good race.
Matt Briggs, Kevin Jackson.
Yep, Kevin Jackson took off to begin with, and then Matt run him down and passed him there. Yeah. Good race between them two, as always. Street stock. I don't remember if there was a red flag or anything in that.
I don't think. I can't remember either. I wouldn't.
Not have been. Maybe not. Maybe not.
Yeah.
Maybe I was wrong. Trucks, I think, were clean too.
Okay.
I think.
Those are a class that had about 8 or 10. So
yeah.
But yeah.
Smaller.
Still pretty decent races.
Oh yeah. Still out there by 10 o'clock, a little after 10.
Yeah, probably close to 11.
For a late race, because, track didn't even open. I know pits didn't even open till 1, so kind of.
Yeah, I'd rather have that than be there all day and still get out at like 8, 9 or 10.
Yeah. There was a few, and it just happens every once in a while. There's a few every once in a while. You're there at 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. You're there till 10 o'clock that night still.
Yeah.
So, if you're going to do it, I'd rather only be a half day.
Yeah, at least let me sleep in a little bit, and come over there.
Not so tired.
But, good week of racing at Florence.
You jumped in a legend car and practiced it.
Yeah, practiced/qualified it.
Yeah.
I told them they should just let Lizzie get in and start there. Nobody knew I was in that.
Well, where'd you qualify?
Probably like 7th or so.
Oh, that wouldn't have been bad.
Yeah.
She wasn't feeling too good.
Yeah, I think she was trying to ride it around anyway. So.
Yeah, she I think went home, took a nap, came back to live a couple minutes from the track. So,
yep.
So, anyway, so I didn't really ask you. I know we had talked about your car earlier in the day. Car was mostly just tight. You said, most of the day.
Seeing when everybody was on old tires of practice, it seemed that we were. Right in the mix of it.
Yeah.
Just when everybody put on the new tires qualifying, we didn't pick up near as much as we needed to, I guess.
Yeah. So y'all threw the kitchen sink at it pretty much.
Oh yeah.
For the race.
The whole round out everywhere.
just turning stuff.
Everything, yeah.
So how did it actually feel in the race?
I think it felt a little bit better, and I think if I could have just slowed it down and ran the bottom, even if it was a little tight, I think it'd have been a lot better. But starting back there in 15, you just got to go where they're not really.
Man,
so the first 20 laps, it was just survive and try to get some track position.
I hear you there, but I'm going to tell you, I wasn't looking at the stopwatch whenever you were doing it, but it looked like to me yours was almost better on the high side than it was.
Oh, yeah.
Trying to wrap the bottom.
Oh, I think for the most part of the race, that's what it was.
Yeah.
So I was almost like just running the middle.
Yeah, well, I was saying high, but middle.
Just try to let it go where it wants.
A lane or two.
Yeah, and then just try to catch a seam and come off the corner.
Hey, sometimes
there's
a few people over there to make that work.
Perfectly.
Fly with it.
Yeah.
So
I don't think mine's quite set up for that. So if I'm up there, it's usually not. It's not usually by choice.
Because I have to be
by necessity. Yeah.
Yeah. So
you ought to get your legend car ready while you're waiting on a motor. They're still waiting on a motor for that
we'll
too.
See.
Well,
yeah,
needs a motor.
We got stuff to do to motor or something. I don't know what all we're doing yet. So it's been that car has a name Problem Child for a reason. And that's what it has been named since I got it.
It had a couple good weeks though.
I've
seen it several weeks where it was class of the field sometimes.
Well, but then it couldn't ever finish it. It couldn't ever finish it all.
Yeah, bad luck, really.
or Connor passing me.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Couldn't even feel sorry for me for 1 week.
Yeah.
God, no, I'm just messing with you.
That's what I'm saying, man. We need you back out there. That was the fun racing there.
It was fun racing. It was. I'm gonna get it. We're gonna get it back going. We're gonna get it back going. I'm deciding whether we want to keep on with this 1250 or
I forgot about that.
or break down with the FZ09 or what we. I don't know because you can't hardly find right now. You can't.
Which one? The
FZ09.
You can't find those?
Can't hardly find them right now. Yeah, that's what all the word is. You can't hardly find them, and if you do, whoo,
you gonna pay for it?
Outrageous. Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't say
this name INEX, which stood for inexpensive, is not living up to its name.
No.
At all.
Nope.
At all. So I don't know. We'll figure it all out. We'll get it going here shortly. Hopefully. I'm on especially once we get this other shop done.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Just
Can
so busy. Kinda on the back
I'm
burner.
telling you.
Yeah.
Everything it's like nothing's on the back. Everything's on the front burner.
Yeah.
But it just can't get done fast enough. It's just one of those deals. So I don't know. It's all good. It's all good. We'll be back out there here in a couple weeks probably. And
Good
and I guess we just got that car over there. We still ain't come up with a name for you yet. You got a name for your cars?
Not really.
Why not?
I don't know. I don't we've never really done that. I mean, I call the legend car the school bus. That's just that's the way it looks. And I say
see that.
And I say it's hard to pass because you're not supposed to like pass a school bus or whatever.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
I don't know.
We'll see.
Maybe that's
good.
it. But
That's a school bus there.
Yeah.
I like that. Speaking of school bus, is it coming along? You mess with it any?
yeah, just basically a rear end. That's all we need, and do some fiberglass work because the fenders we had on it they don't make anymore.
Oh.
So we had to get the new sedan fenders, which don't. I mean, they fit, but all the old holes are still showing. So that's just aggravating enough to make it work. But
It's gonna paint a different color, or just keep going with the.
I don't know. That's kind of what the decision is right now. We're not sure.
You gonna go black with the.
I don't know. I kind of want to redo it a
with
little
the gold, 3-chi looking.
bit. No, I don't want a black. There's too many
I'm
black
messing
legend cars out there. To me,
There's a lot of black.
That's what I'm saying.
There's black and white. I mean,
Yeah.
and reason
But-
being is because body's coming
yeah.
white.
But to me,
That's why
I
that
don't,
one's
it
white
seemed
right
like
there.
Every race we were at, it seemed like there's a ton of because it seems to be like all the rental cars or just any team seems to have black cars.
Black cars. Yep.
So I don't know. We might do it red. I don't know. We still got a red chassis on us, so it's kind of limited to what you could do.
There's a lot of red. It seems like too.
Yeah.
I don't know why there's a lot of. No,
Maybe I'll do like
red.
I would say green, but you're not supposed to do green.
I run number 13. I mean,
Yeah. Oh well.
oh, well, who cares?
Yeah.
I mean, Kyle Busch ran a green car for many races.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
One with Interstate. I don't know how many.
Oh,
times.
interstate. Shoot. Yeah.
Since you
If I saw a granddaddy around, he wouldn't let it be green.
no,
but
that
I'm sure
wouldn't
now.
happen. That wouldn't happen. No, he ain't like that. But anyway, guys, well let's go to the phone and talk to some important people here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, on the phone now. People that made race cars look good this past weekend. Winner from Lavonia in the Fast Track Racing Series. Colby Quick, what's going on, man?
Not much. How y'all doing?
I am absolutely wonderful. And also our good friend, Derrick Ramey. Derrick, what's going on?
Not too much, man. How about you?
Man, we just hanging out. Just hanging out. You know how it is.
Oh, yeah.
All right, guys. Well, first of all, congratulations to both of you because that's a real good, awesome runs. For one, Colby, bringing home the win there on Saturday night, man. That's good stuff.
Yeah, it was pretty fulfilling. Hard work pays off. All through the week. Everything that we do, it just comes out on the weekend. It's always good.
That's right, man. That is right. I hear you there. And Derrick, we really want to have you on this week, man. I talked to your dad last week. We was up there taking a motor, and I said I want Derrick on next week, regardless. He said, man, we got to see if we run good. I said, you're going to run good. I said, I'm not worried about that. I said, we need Derrick on. Derrick, you got a new deal going on over there. Longhorn House Crate 604 car, man, powered by them ERRE Ramey racing engines, and you were able to be in the driver's seat this past Saturday night, bringing home a second place.
Yeah, this deal all come about pretty quick here in the last couple of weeks recently. Got a pretty, amazing opportunity from Steve and Paul and all the guys at Longhorn that, really just come out of the middle of nowhere, and we've hit it off pretty good so far, and it seems like we got really good speed in these Longhorn cars, and all them guys over there, they've been working real hard to get on top and stay on top. And seems like it's going pretty good so far, and just hopefully we can continue to ride this train.
That's right, man. That is right. All right, well, Colby, man, tell us about your night over there at Lavonia, man. That's to me, a crate class is almost it's tough. Because, if you jump in a super, and I know Derrick can attest to this, you jump in a super, every now and then there's a little difference in power and a little difference in motor setups that people got. But in a crate class, essentially everybody's got same motor-wise, and you really have to work hard on that car, and you have to work hard on your driving, man. So tell us a little bit about your night over there at Lavonia.
Well, it starts off, like I said, in the shop, but, everybody's so equal in them crates. Everybody's the same. You got to find something, whether it be shocks, whatever, bar adjustments. You got to hit your marks on the racetrack and make sure it's perfect every lap. And it was my first time there at Lavonia, actually. Never been there until this year, actually. And we tested the night before, and we were okay, we thought. Then hot laps, we were all right. I think like 5th overall. But then qualifying, you had to hit your marks. You had just drive it. And you got to be on the front row of a crate race. It's hard to pass, especially if it's one lane on the bottom like it was. And it's slick. It's just hard unless somebody makes a mistake and goes up the track. Then that whoever's behind you can get right underneath and take your position. But it just hard, like I said, just hard work and just comes in at the end.
That's right. That was right, man. Well, Derrick, you were able to bring home a second place finish in your debut in the car, or the debut of the car in general. Man, it was a lot of what ifs, but yet a lot of excitement leading up to the weekend, getting you back in a car, putting you in an opportunity like this. So tell us about your night over there.
Yeah, it went better than I anticipated it to, with me being out for a little bit. I figured the drivers were going to be a little rusty, but we flicked off a good qualifying lap, started on the outside pole, won the heat race, started on the outside pole against Colby, and he beat me to turn one, and that's about where we had a ride at. But no, the crate stuff is definitely a lot different than the super stuff, and that took some getting used to, with half the power compared to what I'm used to. And but all the guys at Longhorn, I was on the phone with them all night, and they helped me out a ton. Matt, Tommy, all the guys and girls over in the shop, and I couldn't do it without them and all the great sponsors we got.
That's right, man. Well, tell us a little bit. We talk about the deal, coming along. It's a new house car for them. They're wanting to really get into the on the crate side there. And me and your dad talked some about it. It's powered by some ERRE Ramey racing engines. Tell us what you know about the deal. How that's coming along, and how that progressed and all that good stuff.
Yeah. So Steve called Dad and wanted a motor done for the crate stuff, and we talked a little bit, and we talked about running a couple races here and there, and they're really wanting to develop their crate stuff a lot better, because their super game, they're on top right now. Everybody, if you know dirt racing, you know that, and they're really wanting to develop their crate stuff, because these cars now, they got so much traction built into them, and they're so latched up, and they're wanting to develop their crate stuff and get on top in the crate world. And they've they've been busting their butts over there and working real hard, trying new stuff, and all the great sponsors that come along wanted to do this deal. UNOH, they've been a big help so far. Paul, like I said, Paul and Steve over at Longhorn for trusting me, and for my name even being thrown in a hat to be able to drive that car it's a dream come true. It's what I've worked my whole life for in racing, just to try to get an opportunity like that, and very, very grateful. And it's got one of my dad's motors in it, and I know he busts his butt when it comes to building motors, and works really hard to help all his customers out and stuff too. So it's a good program so far. And back with Bilstein Shocks, they've been a very big help too. So hopefully we can keep us going and click off some good runs.
Well, speaking of some of them ERRE Ramey Racing Engine customers, you can't complain too much when the guy that wins, you know, he's one of those guys. So, Colby, tell us a little bit about your time there in running some of the ERRE Ramey Racing Engines, and how that power is. I know you say it's limited on power, you know, with the 604 stuff, and we all get that. But it's crazy to me how everybody can say that, but there's always the best one out there. And to me, ERRE Ramey Racing Engines is the best one.
Yeah, absolutely. Earl, they take pride in all their work. Every time I go back and pick my motor up, it's always cleaned up, really nice. You know, they always make sure everything's okay. They'll check in with us, you know, make sure that we're up to date on everything, you know, all oil, like what oil to run, and you know, Earl has helped us out a lot, and I'm very fortunate for it.
Well, that's cool, man. That is cool. So Colby, tell us a little bit what you got coming up next for you, man.
I think our plans for next couple of weeks, we're going to, I think, Carolina and Gaffney for that $5,000 win. 604 race coming up soon. I won't be able to race this weekend. I'll be out of town for that 10,000, so I won't be able to make it to Natural Bridge this weekend. So we just go through the week and we'll see if there's some big races coming up, and that's usually we kind of shoot towards where we're going to go towards, like beginning of midweek, and we'll figure it out from there. But plans are Gaffney. I think it's June 17th. I think for Cherokee Speedway.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Well, what about you, Derrick? What's do you got anything planned for the next time coming up in that car?
Plans are up in the air for this weekend. I'm not 100% sure yet, due to some prior obligations, but for sure Gaffney, like Colby said, and then there's some other big races coming up, and just have to keep check on all the schedules and stuff like that, and try to hit all the big money shows and see what we can do.
Awesome, man. Well, Colby, tell everybody out there who helps you out on that car, man.
Yeah, I got some great people behind us. You know, it's just usually me and my dad and my little brother when he can come to the racetrack. But I like to thank K&K Truck and Aggressive Hydraulics, People's Number 9 Gas and Grill of Ridgeway. You know, Ronnie Hoover Fabrication, Blue Ridge Truck Service, All Pro Fabrication Welding, Home Inspection Pros, Southeastern Dirtworks, Rasmussen Rents, Longhorn, and ERRE Ramey Racing Engines.
There you go. I mean, obviously, Connor, the Longhorn ERRE Ramey combination is a winning package.
Combination.
That's the winning combination. So Derrick, same thing to you, man. I know it's all new to you on there, but who all's helping out on that car?
First off, Steve and Paul with Longhorn, they give me this amazing opportunity, and very, very thankful and grateful. Like I said, Longhorn Chassis, Bilstein Shocks, Fast Shaft, UNOH, Buzzy Drivetrains, Bill Pink Carburetors, Maximal, and I'm still learning all the sponsors on this ride, but just everybody that's had a part behind it, and everybody that's had a part behind my whole racing career. Just helped me get to this point, and that stays behind me and sticks behind me, and all our amazing product sponsors, SRI, Stock Car Steel, all them guys over there, they've helped me out a ton in the years past. Stop Tech Brakes, just there's a lot of people that goes into this whole deal, and it takes a tribe to make that race car go around the track. And I'm just fortunate enough to get behind the steering wheel.
That's right, man. And I'm just gonna say, I don't know if you even seen it on there, but there might be a Chicken Bone Alley sticker on that car too. I'm just saying.
And my dad for giving us all the good motors and all the R&D and all the work he puts behind this motor program. I know he works hard, and he works way too many hours. Like I always tell him, I said sometimes you got to take a break. But he never stops, and he puts his head down and keeps on grinding. It shows week to week. I mean, he's got some of the best motors out there, in my opinion. Not just being biased because it's my dad, but I know how much time and effort he puts into this, and you can testify, and Colby can testify how much pride he takes in his work, and it shows.
100%, man, 100%. And also, Colby, Earl actually just said on here, he says, pretty cool to build Colby's engines after I built his grandpa's NASCAR truck motor back in the day. It's a long line, a long line of winners there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Man, that's so cool. It's so cool. Well, cool, guys. Well, Colby, what's the best way for everybody to keep up with you and find out what you got going on, man?
You can check out our Facebook page, Colby Quick Racing, or Colby Colonial Terror Racing. My Instagram, Colby Quick 5. Snapchat, Colby Quick 5. Twitter, Colby Quick 5. Throw out updates, where we go, how we finish. That's the way people can reach us.
All right, man. All right. Well, Derrick, you still got a racing page, man.
Yeah, it's honestly been years since I've kept up with it. I couldn't even tell you the last time I've kept up with it. I might need to get that back going. But most of the time, either I just regularly post on Facebook or my personal page, or most of the time, Dad posts and tag me in it, and I'll share it. But usually just Facebook's the main way to keep up with us.
I was fixing to say, if anybody keeps up with Earl Ramey there, just keep up with him, and he'll let you know where everything's going. So
you got a pack there.
All right, guys. Well, it was awesome having y'all on for sure. Congratulations, Colby, on the win. Congratulations, Derrick, on the second. The win is coming soon, and that is a quick time, I think, for that new program. And congratulations on landing that new program, man, because that's a big deal. And you know it, man. I mean, we're buddies, so I'm proud of you, man.
Thank you. My dad's poured his heart and soul into this, and provided me with the best we could afford throughout the whole entire years. And I know sometimes we do more than we need to or try to. And I mean, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be in this ride to start with. But just hope we can keep it going and hope for good runs.
That's right, man. That is right. Well, cool. Well, Colby, appreciate you jumping on with us today too, man. And like I said, congratulations on that win again, and best of luck coming up here soon. Next races, buddy.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me on.
Not a problem. We appreciate you. All right, guys. Well, y'all have a good one. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Mr. Colby Quick and Mr. Derrick Ramey. Congratulations, both of them. Colby on the win in the Fast Track Series there at Lavonia.
Where's that at?
That is in Georgia.
That's what I thought.
Right up by Clemson, actually.
Cool deal.
As soon as you cross over the border into Georgia there, pretty.
Sounds good.
Nothing around Clemson sounds good.
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, congratulations to him on that win. Congratulations to Derrick on the ride there. I know y'all see me share it. I don't know how much the Longhorn House 604 car, new program they got going on there to try to improve their crate stuff. That is, everybody knows I try to be, we are I'm buddies with the everybody works around there. A lot of them. We went and hung out up there. I've done a show at Longhorn before. Steve Arp and all them guys. Awesome crowd they got up there. cool bunch of guys that work up there. They're all racers. I mean, every one of them are racers, and so they are steadily trying to improve everything. They're not a sponsor of our show, but I don't care because I've seen I've seen the work that they put into their to the cars. Been up there, seen it firsthand. They try to improve on everything. They're not just looking.
No shortcuts.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they know. Yeah, they got Jonathan Davenport. They got Tim McCready. They got whoever, Ricky Thornton. I mean, everybody that's so fast in a Longhorn this year. They got all those guys, and they're super fast in those supers, but they want to even take it and with a less horsepower motor that's in a crate motor, make that car work perfect for the crate guys.
Yep, that's pretty cool.
So
top to bottom, be the best.
Yeah, I mean you can't ask for more company dedication out of that. So that's really cool, and the same thing there goes for Colby's car. I mean, you see he's running Ramey Racing engines and Longhorn chassis. I mean, that's the cool thing about it. I don't know if Derrick touched in there much. I mean, he did, but me and Earl were talking about the other day. That's what this program is designed to do. It's designed to they want to take that and they're not just keeping that in house. I mean, it's a house car, but they're not going to keep that technology in house. They want all their cars to win.
Almost like a test dummy.
That's exactly what it is. It's let's go out there and let's make this the best it can be with everything. So this technology goes throughout anybody with a Longhorn chassis or buying a new Longhorn chassis. You're going to get the best,
the benefits
of what they're trying with it. So that is awesome. It's a cool deal. Appreciate them guys jumping on here and hanging out with us for a little while tonight here. And that interview was brought to you by Earl Ramey Racing Engines. Who else? Because they are the top of the line engines. My engine is up there right now getting rebuilt because I believe that Earl Ramey has the best engines on the market, best customer service. Not just because I'm friends with him, but just like Colby just talked about. And that's the thing is you take a motor to Earl, everybody becomes friends with him. And he's a phone call away all the time. Guys were calling him the other day when I was up there. Hey, I got this problem. And it is motor related, but more in ignition box related. What can I do for this?
Yeah, all kind of odds and ends.
Yeah, and he's dealt with so much of it, he knows exactly. So guys, if you want some horsepower, crates, like mine, I got a late model stock motor up there is what they call it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you want done. Earl Ramey Racing Engines is a place to go. So go up there, get you some horsepower, get you some time on that chassis dyno he's got. Find out whatever your car, your engine package needs to make the most horsepower. One of the biggest things out there that's going to make that horsepower is some profab headers. Profab headers and exhaust, guys. They are quality that wins. And that is their slogan because it is 100% true. I talked to my dad the other day. I was like, I got to call Andrew. We need some profab headers for that car right there.
There you go.
I need some. Buy the motors at Earl's. I need some headers.
Go ahead and get the complete package.
Get the whole package. It'll look great when it comes back. But not only does it look great, but they perform great. That's the biggest thing about it. I mean, when you see, go on our level. When you late model stock, stuff like that. When you see teams that are winning up there like Junior Motorsports, all that stuff, guess what they're running? Profab headers. That's because they are the best on the market. So guys, head over to Profab Headers and Exhaust and pick you up some today. All right. Well,
I guess we got a lot of NASCAR to talk about.
There was some
after
NASCAR
we
to talk about.
missed 2 weeks there.
We did miss 2 weeks.
Or missed a week.
Well, but it probably was best. It probably was best to miss it because the race wasn't over by the time we would have recorded this. Neither race.
Yeah, and all the fallout from it.
Exactly. So let's go back, talk about since we didn't talk about it last week, and a lot of the other podcasts did not get to talk about it because they recorded earlier in the week before suspensions were handed out and everything else. There's some coming this week. Probably be talking about some more. So, race at Charlotte 600 was probably, in my opinion, well, everybody knows it rained all weekend. Xfinity race got automatically pushed to Monday.
Started it.
But then they were out there half the day for the Cup race on Sunday, and I'm like, why? I'm looking at the weather. I'm like, you're never going to get this in. I'm like, y'all just wanting commercial space?
Yeah.
I mean, what are you
It was
trying
going
to
to be
do?
like 9 o'clock.
Yeah, and you had about this much chance. I mean, so, I don't know. Anyway, they sat around there, finally pushed it to Monday. Well, Xfinity race supposed to start. If anybody don't know this, I know most everybody knows this. They kept on trying to run. Every time they tried to run, it rained a little bit.
Yeah,
Run a little while, rain a little bit. Run a little while, rain a little bit. They finally got, 50 laps in, I think?
Yeah, I think 40-something, 50, yeah.
And they said, all right, let's just stop. Let's wait. All right, we're going to run the Cup race next.
Yeah, I felt that.
Make y'all wait, and then we'll run y'all after the Cup race. And I was like, jeez.
It'd be weird, too, running a full 50 laps.
Dude, I'm trying to remember who it was. Was it Allgaier? I think he said, yeah. Allgaier left, went home, did some stuff around the house, got his little girl, changed clothes and stuff, then went back to the track.
Wow. That's got to be the weirdest feeling.
Dude, that's what I'm like, in the middle of your race.
Yeah. You actually ran a substantial amount already.
I mean, great that you were close enough to home to do that.
Yeah.
But I was just like, how do you get in the mindset,
I don't know.
But apparently it worked for him. Yeah. I mean, it worked for him, apparently. So anyway, got into the Cup race. Probably one of the better Cup races I've seen.
Oh, yeah. The next gens seemed to, if nothing else, do a little bit better mile and a half.
Yeah.
Than the previous generation. Yeah, I thought it was
they do.
Really good race.
They do. They just got to figure something out for short tracks.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about that later. I thought there was a lot of getting loose by yourself.
Yeah, it was actually like they were having to drive it and all.
The only thing, and maybe I'm, being hypocritical to some extent about this. I don't know. The only thing I don't like about it is, and it happened a few times. Tyler Reddick did it. He got loose off of 4, run all down through the grass. Now, I mean, glad that's turf down there now and not grass, because that car would have been tore all 2 pieces. But he got loose, straightened it up through there, come back out, never lost position right there. Do we want it, though, when a guy gets loose like that, just snaps loose, and he's just automatically going to wreck? Or do we want him to have a chance to catch it? Because the reason I say this, and I know you've seen back films and stuff you wasn't around for, but in the 80s, and I'm going to say even into the 90s, I remember cars, they'd be in the middle of the corner, especially Martinsville, Bristol, even Charlotte. Charlotte was a big one because something about that, I guess the way the banking falls off there, whatever it is. They'll come out the corner pretty much sideways. I remember seeing old videos of tires smoking coming off the corners. They're sideways, and all of a sudden they grab it, straighten it up. Granted, there was some that just overdrove it and lost it. But for the most part, there was a lot of cautions in the 600, and it was due to that exact thing. They come off the corner, lose the weight off the car, and just loop it.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I think, with the last package that the Gen 6 had,
yeah,
they're like the 500 horsepower with the big old spoiler. It seemed like those cars were so stuck to the ground. You never saw anybody spin out.
It was slot cars.
So there was very, very few like natural cautions of people spinning out, or I got loose, it got into somebody.
They had to blow a tire. Or
so I think now that it's happening and it's actually possible for them to spin out by themselves, or just a couple wrecks to happen. I don't think they're ever going to try to go back. It took them so long to get something that actually made it hard to drive. I agree. It was, 17, 18 cautions is pretty extensive.
Well, like I said, I don't have a problem with them necessarily spinning out on their own and losing the car. I have zero problem with that. I'm just wondering, do we want it at a point where if they're going to get loose, they're just going to wreck it, or do we want them to be able to drive it out of it?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think ideally you would want them to have a chance. So that's that's where the best drivers excel.
Yeah.
Say that this driver saved it, this one couldn't.
Right.
But I don't know how you do that. I mean,
I think. Well, I'm no engineer by no means. I'm playing armchair quarterback, whatever. But I mean, granted, we're not running on 1.5 mile ovals, but we know how a tire feels. We're fortunate enough. We drive race cars. We know how a tire can feel. I personally think, and this is my way of thinking, I think because they've went up so big on the wheel now, and so wide that it's like this stuck contact patch. I think it is glued. Then all of a sudden, when it breaks loose, there's no sidewall there to kind of
I've heard several
flex and catch it. So once you're loose,
several drivers say once
you're
you
just
get
done.
loose, there's no saving it.
So I mean, I know there's obviously other ways to go about that and fix that or whatever you want to do. And I understand why they went to a bigger wheel because a factory car now does not run on a 15-inch wheel. I get that, but they also don't run on a whatever that is now. It's wide as I don't know whatever it is.
Like
I don't know. 11
like a
inch
modified
wide.
front tire.
That's what it looks like. I mean, that's exactly what it looks like. They don't run on nothing that wide. So I'm like, man, I don't know. I feel like we need a little bit of sidewall back. I feel like we need.
I doubt you'll get that.
No, you're not going to get it.
Being just they're trying to have some cautions naturally occurring.
Yeah, and I'm good with them naturally occurring. I just feel like there's other ways to go about it. I think my thought process is you can do whatever you want to the car, regardless. I mean, yes, it is going to make handling differences, but the biggest difference in the drivability of that car are those 4 things that are touching the ground.
Oh yeah, that can change. That can change a lot.
Exactly. So, I mean, obviously, an eye on your car the other day didn't change much. I mean,
it changed it, just not the right way.
But so I don't know. I feel like, and I did hear this. I heard Mike Jr. was talking about, and I don't know how this will work on a 1.5 mile, but at North Wilkesboro, when the cars ran the rain tires there, the cars fell off. And the reason that is because those tires wore out. I mean, they wore. Man, put some grooves in if you got to. I don't care. I mean, I ain't saying like a rain tire, but I'm just saying put some straight cuts in it, They're
probably just worried. I mean, play like Darlington or a wore out track, would probably just chew them to pieces quick.
It will. It 100% will. But that is the point in saving your stuff.
Yeah, I agree.
Whereas now, I feel like they're just going hard as the car go for as long as the car go. So I don't know. It was, I don't know. But regardless, all right. So we got into some spinning, some whatever else, some wrecking, and some running into each other. So a lot of restarts, which piled the field up. Biggest thing come out of it, I mean, everybody knows everybody spun out, so whatever. Biggest thing come out of it, Denny Hamlin, Chase Elliott, side by side there for about 2 laps. Denny kind of doored Chase about 3 times, probably.
Yeah, he used him up a little bit.
He used him up quite a few times. Come out of turn 4, Denny didn't necessarily touch him out of 4. He just run him on up track. The exact same thing that happened with Kyle Larson, Bubba Wallace. Exactly. I mean, almost 100% identical. And it looks like, because I kept slowing it down, so doing a slow-mo replay coming out of 4, it looks like there was so much time. He hit the wall, comes off of it, then turns.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there was
once I saw an E-car that was full speed, and it was like, bam, bam.
Yeah, there wasn't never any doubt for me. First time I saw it, I knew exactly.
Well, I knew what happened.
You don't come off the wall straight, and then all of a sudden hang. It was like it's like all of a sudden. Look, I'm at his right rear. Let me.
Everybody knew what happened. Everybody knew what happened. So there was people. It is like this is almost where your boy Kyle Busch has been for the past 10 years. It seems like, but it was so polarizing. I guess
It was
because
I mean, just like going through comment sections and everything was very,
either
very entertaining.
It was either Chase was the man for doing this, or either Chase should be suspended indefinitely for doing this. I mean, there was no middle ground hardly. So what'd you think?
I mean, yeah, obviously you got used up a little bit, but that to me that's probably the single worst place that you can retaliate in that the quad oval where the wall juts back out. Head on to that. You just can't do that. I mean, I see a lot of people talking about, the intentional, like so-and-so intentionally wrecked. Ross Chastain's wrecked a bunch of people, whatever. Pick out any circumstance where they intentionally wreck somebody and say, well, they didn't get suspended. But, there's a difference between if Chase would have went down into turn one and just, put the bumper to Hamlin and spun him out, I mean, I wouldn't have seen any problem with it. But, to come right down across the right rear and head on into the wall or at that spot, yeah, I mean, you can't do that under any circumstance. No. So that you can't compare racing and hard racing and wrecking compared to like head on into the wall. I mean, it's hard. It's a blurred line, but this was a pretty extreme circumstance.
Yeah, that's what I said. I was like, man, why didn't he just let it play out, drive in turn one, get inside of him,
just don't let off. I mean, just
I didn't realize my car was messed up from that, and it pushed up.
Yeah,
nobody would ever ask a question.
Even if it would have damaged in his car in a way where he couldn't continue, I don't think there would have been any repercussions.
No.
You just can't pull it off the wall, hit and just take him out like that. You got to be smart about it, I guess.
I don't know. Yeah, two people here that hardly ever wrecked anybody, and we're the ones thinking about it. I don't know.
You can't do it there.
No,
that is one of the few places that's probably still dangerous.
So, do you agree with the 1 week suspension?
Yeah, I think that's appropriate. I think. There's a difference between wrecking somebody because you've been pushed around the whole time, and then standing up. But I mean, you can't do that. That's really that is dangerous.
Well, the reason I ask is Bubba got this exact same penalty last year, Las Vegas. He got a
1 week
penalty,
yeah.
1 week suspension. And this is what I was wondering is because NASCAR said they were going to come down hard on deliberately wrecking someone like that, is basically what they said. So do you... this was my thought. It was like, all right, you made an example out of Bubba, gave him a 1 week suspension. Should that have been an example for everybody? And the next time, be all right, you get a 2 week suspension. Or does it just set the precedent, and that's what it is?
Yeah, I mean, very possibly. I didn't think they'd have to. They probably didn't think they would have to deal with it again this soon. So
no, it never happened. It happened, but it wouldn't.
How often did you really see that last?
None. That's what I'm saying. It's like there was stuff that happened, but it wasn't ever anything that
head on into the wall.
Yeah,
front straightaway. But I don't know. I say it's the right call for now. If it happens again this year, you probably do have to crack. But then, if you crack down hard on somebody, they'll say, oh, well, look, you didn't do that for them.
Oh, yeah, they're going to the appeals board for that.
Either you wait it out or either you make a statement out and say, if we deem that you do this again, this will be the penalty, Yeah. Just set it out beforehand.
All right. Well, after Charlotte, Ryan Blaney ended up winning there. Brought home the win. Let's see. I'm trying to remember here. I think I managed to win with like a 22nd place finish.
Really?
With Ross Chastain. Because you had Chase Elliott.
Chase, yeah.
You had Chase. And Sterling had Kyle Larson for those two. So
Larson lost it there at the end, didn't he?
Larson... he hit the wall.
He spun out.
Yep, spun out and tore up the right front of it. Looked like knocked the upper A-arm out of it.
Oh,
yeah. I ended up with like a 22nd place finish with Chastain and somehow won that week.
Did I finish? No, Chase went out a lot earlier. Never mind. So
yeah, he went out earlier. Chase was dead last. I think Kyle was 30th. I want to say it was. So, yeah.
Falling farther behind.
Nah.
It's not looking good for him.
Nah, you all right. You all right. So that put us going into, since we weren't on here, I had to text everybody and, and get picks. So that put us going into Gateway. So we'll go into that, but I will let y'all know that for Gateway, Connor picked, who did you pick?
Kyle Busch.
You picked Kyle Busch. Oh, yeah. We've already talked about this. I picked, let's see. Who did I pick? I'm trying to remember now. I picked Blaney.
Okay, yeah. So somebody had Blaney.
I picked Ryan Blaney. I thought he was going to get on a little hot streak there.
I mean, that was looking good for a while.
Sterling picked, where was it at? He picked Suarez. Daniel Suarez.
Huh.
Who was also looking pretty good.
Yeah.
There's
a lot of players in that race.
There was a lot of players in that race. So, I guess we will move on to Gateway here. But first, ladies and gentlemen, I want to tell you a little bit about some of our great friends over at SRI Performance, guys. Need any part for your race car there, head over to SRI Performance, guys, and they will hook you up. They will get you any parts you need for that ride, guys. It is it's awesome. It's like Walmart for race cars. I mean, that's what I always tell everybody. It's a Walmart for race cars. You can go in the back. Got used parts, so it's pretty much like a flea market for race cars.
Wow, that's like
which is
best thing ever.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Can't get any better. So head over to SRI Performance. If you want to go online, go to www.sriperformance.com. Check out their brand new website. So easy to navigate. Find anything you need on there. While you're on there, guys, load up that cart, whatever you need. Pile it in there. When you're at that checkout there, put in promo code CBONE, Tennessee is in
chicken,
BONE 10. Get yourself 10% off there at time of checkout. Same deal over at Stock Car Steel and Aluminum. Some of that mid-year for a bunch of you guys, especially, I will say, dirt guys over there. You know, I wish we could put our bodies together like a dirt car, though.
Really?
Yeah, they're so much easier. Well, parts are so much easier. Parts.
I got
certain things.
Right.
Doors, side panels, all that. Flat sheet of aluminum.
That would be nice.
Be nice. Ours all formed up and everything. Look good, but you know.
Yeah. It's a headache.
It can be. Get it all lined up right. But anyway, so all you guys need some new painted aluminum sheets, head over to Stock Car Steel and Aluminum and get them all. Everything you need over there, any kind of specialty materials you will ever need for any kind of company too, not just in the racing industry. So head over to Stock Car Steel and Aluminum and get loaded up with everything you need there. So, but anyway, all right. So moved on to Gateway. Second time for Cup cars at Gateway. Xfinity was at Portland, Oregon. Which is a flat.
That's crazy. That they run there,
road course.
It's like a parking lot, basically.
Everybody figured it was going to rain. No, sun's shining.
It was rough too.
Yeah, there was some rough racing. I was going to say, buddy, we've talked to on here, or at the track anyway. Had him on over at Florence Motor Speedway there for a minute. Jeb Burton got into it with
I think it was Chandler Smith.
Yeah, Chandler Smith.
Pretty much with the colleague.
I always have to.
Yeah.
I can't hear. I get all them Smiths.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them.
But yeah, old Jeb stand up for himself.
I mean, what I saw that was pretty. That's a pretty blatant, pretty poor deal he got out of that. Pretty much just the 13 or 16 were trying to come back to the field.
Well,
and just like
Chandler got mad at him, I guess, because of the block down the front straightaway. Jeb pushed him all the way down. He didn't ever hit him. He just kind of moved him down. They go in the corner. Jeb moves back up, gets in front of him. They kind of bang doors, whatever. Racing on a flat road course.
With these cars is
just what it takes. I mean, I don't know. So they do that. and then he comes to next corner and just never hits the brake.
Yeah, he just uses him as a brake, basically. Yeah.
So
Well, like Jeb was fighting the Collie team more than anything.
yeah, Jeb went back there.
He's probably going after Chandler and
He
got stopped.
He tried to swing on Chandler and got stopped, and one guy had him in a headlock.
Yeah, I saw it.
Which was really funny because then somebody come up and grabbed that guy in the headlock.
Say it was like
let him go.
Yeah.
Let him go.
Yeah, it's over at this point.
So, and then him and Chris Rice, Jeb and Chris Rice had a little conversation over there because Jeb used to drive for that team.
Yeah, that's what I didn't.
He's still kind
realized
of
that. Yeah,
friends with him, I guess. And Chris Rice, super nice guy. Matt Collick, super nice. So I don't know. I mean, young guys coming up in the sport, I guess it's a little more of that no respect thing.
And that's a place where stuff's gonna happen there. Portland, just that flat track. Xfinity guys was kind of a rough anyway, so that was a bad recipe there.
Yeah, to say the least. Who won?
Oh man!
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to look it up.
Cole Custer.
Cole Custer
won
it
it.
was. Cole Custer.
After Klingerman threw him 3 wide going in there. Who was it? It was
Yeah, it was a.
Say it was Creed and maybe somebody else, but on the last restart, Klingerman threw him 3 wide and slid up into him, and Custer just took advantage of it.
Hey.
Held him off.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Yep.
So, good racing from them. Truck race at Gateway was kind of come down there at the end. A few dumps and
Yeah.
Ty Majeski was involved in one.
Yeah, where him and
he was kind of up under somebody.
yeah,
and
just sent up, I think it was Zane Smith.
Zane Smith.
Yeah.
Zane Smith. The other Smith.
Yeah.
One of them other Smiths.
Yep. So that was the leaders pretty much got taken
took
out.
leaders out there. And the Finger, Grant M. Finger, comes up and wins another.
Steals one.
He
In the right place.
You might steal it, but that's what I was fixing to say. You got to be in the right place at the right time
they
to
didn't
steal
just give
one.
it to you.
No, not at all. So, congratulations to him. All right, Cup race. They start, run
Oh.
a lap.
Yeah, maybe even. It was like
Then
had a caution.
Tyler Reddick spins it out. They come around another lap or two, and
All of a sudden they're bringing them down pit road.
red flag because there was lightning
Yeah.
somewhere.
Yeah. And in the radius.
Yeah.
The 10-mile radius or whatever it is.
So 1 strike of lightning equals 30 minutes. I guess there must have been a couple more because I think it ended up being 40-some minutes.
It was like an hour.
Or was it an
Oh,
hour?
it was a good long while.
Whatever it was. But anyway, so end up finally getting back in. Brake rotors were kind of
That was crazy.
kind of the talk of the day. First of all, before we get to the brake rotor part, because it did involve this, Chase Elliott was out for Gateway. Corey LaJoy, when Chase was out for something else, I can't remember. Something happened. I don't remember. They talking about. I don't remember what happened, but I remember Corey wrote Rick Kendrick a letter. Saying if there was ever an instance he could get in one of his cars, he would love to do so.
Yeah.
Basically.
I do kind of remember what you're saying.
So that instance come up.
Yep.
And
It's perfect chance. Xfinity was out in Portland.
Exactly. So Josh Berry couldn't drive the car. Everybody figured they was going to fly Josh Berry in, which I figured too.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't really understand why. I guess they figured it's so hard to pass. They would have to start him at the back because of qualifying and all that stuff.
Might as well give Corey a chance.
So,
Being it's only a 1 week thing. And
exactly.
Extended.
As long as Chase, they granted him a waiver again.
Did they? Yeah.
They did. They granted him a waiver. So as long as Chase, regardless of what happened, Chase could get back in top 20 in points. He gets in the play.
I don't think that's a done deal though.
Him getting in points.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna say it's done, but I think it's
probably. Well, I
think it's
trying to think when Kyle was out in 2015.
Right.
He was out for a little bit longer. I was able to do it.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if we get a win. I mean, he quite possibly could, but
Didn't he get one early?
no, he doesn't have a win. He's got to win and be in the top 20 of points.
Okay.
And only because of the races are. I mean, Or winding down regular season.
I don't know. The waiver.
Yeah.
It's been a little topic of discussion, too. I can understand
the medical waiver.
Which
I don't even know. I mean, getting hurt outside of NASCAR almost shouldn't really.
But if you were riding in a car down the road coming to the track and you got in a wreck, somebody run into you, broke your leg, you're still out. Do you say...
Yeah, so I understand that.
Do you go with circumstantial stuff on that? So
I'm fine with pretty much all medical waivers.
And the reason I say that is because, NASCAR likes to compare themselves to stick and ball sports, I guess we'll say. Quarterback can go out, get hurt 1 week, be out for 2 weeks. They throw in a backup. There's never no question of, as long as they got the winning record or this car is up good enough. So I don't disagree with, I guess we'll have to throw that, for whatever reason, medically wise. I guess I'm going to have to go with you get a waiver medically.
Oh, yeah.
Should we be giving waivers for if you get suspended for a week?
I don't really think so. I mean, I don't know. But then again, you don't want his whole season ruined because of one bad decision. But, man, I think you get a penalty, you probably should feel it a little bit.
All right. And I guess that's just, what he did was bad. We've already determined that, established that much. Is a guy going out with a loose wheel and you losing wheel off the car, that's pretty dangerous for not only other drivers, but people in the stands, crew members, everything else. Yes, we suspend the tire changer or whatever else, jack man, whoever they pick over there. That doesn't keep you out of playoffs.
True. So you kind of going on the lines of it. It's a team.
Is it a team sport?
And if one player gets suspended, I understand. I can see it either way. I'm
I'm the same way. So
it is a team to me, but I mean obviously the driver plays a huge role.
This is where I don't like the win and you're in.
True.
That's exactly where I don't like this. Because to me, the man goes out there, gets hurt, whatever. Hypothetically, if he'd have been out a lot more weeks than he was, just barely makes it 20th place in points, but he's got to win.
He takes a playoff spot away from somebody.
From somebody that could have run second all year long, but
never happened to. No,
that's not going to happen as much. That's not going to happen this year because we've had enough.
We haven't repeat winners.
Winners.
But like last year, think about last year.
Exactly. So that's when it boils down to it. I'm just like, get rid of the win you're in. I don't care about the waiver.
Yeah,
I don't care about none of that.
Yeah, a mess.
Exactly. Just get rid of the win you're in, and you solve a lot of problems. You take the top. Was it 16?
Yep.
Now you take top 16. Whoever's in top 16, so you got.
Yep, and just roll with it.
Yeah. So
anyway,
what we're going back to here is Corey LaJoie got in the car. Corey LaJoie has managed to have. I saw a stat on the race yesterday. Corey LaJoie has had a 19.4 place average for the year. He finished work. We lost a microphone.
I lost the side here.
Get the other one. Which one? Slide on under. Another sleek clamp. Yeah, Corey LaJoie finished worse than his average.
True.
Finish.
And Carson Hocevar was out there in the 7.
Carson Hocevar was outrunning him, by
around 20th,
5 positions,
25th, hanging in there. I think
until brake rotor came apart on Carson Hocevar.
Kind of feel bad for LaJoie. I feel like he caught Hendrick on kind of a bad week. Not saying that he did that it's not some of his fault. But
Well, I do too, but this is the different. And I like Corey LaJoy a lot. I like him a lot. He is a super nice guy. I've been around him at the track. Super nice guy. I really like him. Like the family. Randy LaJoy's a nice guy. I see him at a lot of trade shows and with his seats and everything, and talk to him a good bit. Super nice people. But I guess that is what separates a good driver from a great driver. Apparently, they were having about the same handling car between Corey LaJoy and Kyle Larson. They were running nose to tail.
Yeah, for
the first segment.
Kind of what I was alluding to, yeah.
Yeah. Kyle knew what adjustments to make. Or Kyle's crew chief also knew what adjustments to make, but I feel like
Alan can do it too.
Can do that too. But now in saying that, I will say, typically, if you ever watch Chase, if he starts out having a bad day, he just has a bad day.
True.
Kyle Larson.
The 5 seems to be one of the best teams that's swinging results.
Yeah. Charlotte was horrible. First segment, they went in, worked on the car, adjusted shocks and everything else. Under caution there.
Yeah.
I mean, just everything they could do came from the back to the front. Gateway did the exact same thing again. So it wasn't, I guess the optics of it wasn't too good a look for Corey LaJoy.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Bowman wasn't great. Byron was decent. Byron was actually good for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of disappointing. Some guys are just like that. Some guys are really good at making, just outrunning their equipment.
Oh yeah.
Not
I promise you, Kyle Larson every week probably runs 5 to 10 positions better than his equipment.
And LaJoy could probably make that 7 car do better than most people, but
Hocevar gets in there and
Hocevar might
outrun you by 5 to 10 positions the entire time he's in the race. No, he didn't, because brake rotor come apart. So, but you can't really blame that on him.
Yeah, it's disappointing, but maybe he'll learn from it. Maybe he kind of got some experience running up, with good equipment, and maybe he can, hey, this is how I felt in this. Maybe can we figure out something here at Spire to kind of mimic this?
Yeah. Apparently stuff was in different places in the car and stuff like that because he hit the kill switch.
That was bad.
Right before the green flag. He spun it out and qualifying.
Yeah. And
rough
it's not easy hopping in a car that's not your own. I mean,
especially not trying to get everything in there in a couple days' time because they got to leave a day earlier than normal to get, to Gateway. So short time that they had, and plus they raced on Monday, so it was Tuesday before they ever announced Chase. Suspension, so they literally had a day pretty much.
Yeah, even it's easy to say he's in good equipment now, but I mean, very few guys just hop in a car and make it run as good as the person who was in it right off the bat. I'll say that. So I don't know. I think
Hendrick went all out for him though. I mean, they went and got him a suit. I mean, suit Napa made. I got a Nat, helmet, everything. I mean, I think
they tried. They
tried to do the most they could for him. In the short amount of time.
I think Hendrick not having speed. Hendrick not having speed off the bat was probably the worst thing for him.
Yes.
If all 3 cars would have started off the race, around the top 10 or in the top 10, I think, and he had a good car off the bat he could just get used to, I think it'd have been a lot better. But all of them starting off, not handling great, and then throwing a bunch of changes at it, I don't know. It's probably very hard to adjust to in a new car, team.
So. Definitely so. So then the issue of the brake rotors come up.
That was kind of surprising.
Carson Hocevar was the first one.
I know
he was smart enough. And this dude must be all right because he was smart enough to, as soon as it came apart, he turned it into the wall.
Oh yeah.
Who else did it happen to?
Tyler Reddick, Noah
Smart enough
Gregson.
to turn it into the wall.
Noah Gregson.
Noah Gregson, not smart enough to turn it into the wall. It happened on straightaway, and he decided to dive for the grass, and I was like, no. He hit hard.
Oh yeah, that was a good look there.
Yeah,
that's kind of surprising. That didn't happen at all last year. Not that I can remember. Not at this track.
No, I don't.
I understand why it's most prone at this track because of the long straightaways into the tighter corners, but
flat corners. Yeah.
we just didn't see it last year. So I don't know if they tried to be more aggressive with it or
something different. It's a different company to getting the
or that
brake rotors from.
I don't know.
Or we know this. I've seen it in motors before. You just go through a bad batch of material that
doesn't do
right.
That's good. Yeah. It seemed like didn't Eric Jones have that too, or am I just thinking of something else? Maybe not. No, never mind. Okay.
Eric.
No, Eric was around then.
Yeah.
I was thinking of when Eric and Noah and Jimmy were all out within the first half of the 600.
Yeah. That was when something went through the radiator of
Eric and that happened.
Noah, and Jimmy spun out.
Yeah. Brake rotors. Did you see those? I was just surprised at how big those brake rotors were.
Those are huge.
I mean, they showed it broken pieces on pit road. I mean, it, like chunks of metal there. So
I saw a guy in the safety truck. He had gloves on, but he was going to bend down to pick one up. And he grabbed it with the gloves, and I think he realized how hot that thing was real quick.
Yeah, I bet.
Especially
it was hot enough to break.
So yeah. So anyway, your boy, Kyle Busch
got it done.
Got her done.
Didn't think it was going to happen.
Third win of the season.
When they had 10 restarts there at the end. Whew.
Kyle Larson was a tough opponent on the bottom, but he raced clean, raced hard.
Yep.
I was waiting on that last one. I said
Larson
just
take him up, a little bit.
And I mean, if it had been somebody without a win,
oh, I'm sure if it put,
I couldn't blame him.
No,
I couldn't blame him.
No,
I ain't gonna say I'm just gonna go in there and dump him, but
yeah,
I'm gonna
you could just run them high a little bit,
yeah. So.
But thankfully it held on. That was good. At least I was happy at least to see it.
I was happy to see it.
Yeah.
It's so funny because even Dale Jr. was talking about this the other week. Kyle Busch went from being the most booed person, at the track to now he's, I ain't gonna say he gets the most applause, but
you don't hear a lot of boos anymore.
No, not a lot of boos. Not a lot of boos. There was a lot of applause when he won the other day. I didn't hear all the boos. Didn't see people throwing stuff or nothing like that. And so that was cool for him. Cool to see that.
Yep.
It's good stuff. It's
good to see. Good to see the stars winning. The stars in NASCAR.
Yeah, it's I like it. So you won with the
winner.
With the winner.
Where does that put us on points now?
All right, I'm gonna pull this up here. I got this. This was actually pretty close this week. This is probably the closest one we've had so far. I finished second with Blaney.
Yep,
Ryan Blaney. And Sterling finished third with Daniel Suarez. All of ours were in the top 7.
That's pretty competitive.
You were first. I was 6th. He was 7th.
There you go. Maybe my luck's turning around.
Maybe it's turning around. So, point-wise, that puts us, now have what, 4 wins, I think it is? Let's see here. I am still in first with 34 points. Sterling is in second with 29 points. You are third with 27 points.
Wow.
We're still close.
How many did you have? 34?
34.
Whew, 7-point swing.
Don't matter.
Don't matter.
I get our couple bonus points going into the playoffs, and that's all. That's all I get.
That'll switch it.
And we're done. We go back to square one.
Yeah, pick anybody. Yeah, it's getting interesting now to the point where you use so many people
Yeah,
that you got to dig. You got to
exactly. So we are moving on to Sonoma this week, and that put Sterling picking first. He is going with. I think this might be a good pick. Might be a good pick. I kind of wish I'd have had it, but he got first pick. Ty Gibbs.
Ty Gibbs.
I think that's a solid
That's
pick.
a solid road course pick.
I think that's a pretty solid pick. I picked. I'm running out of people that I really think is gonna.
Yeah, I understand that.
I still got Larson in my tank,
Yep, I do too.
but I didn't use him. I think this one's gonna come back this week and get another road course win. Chase Elliott.
Ooh, there you go.
Had to use him.
Elliott.
I know that's
I
kind
mean,
of.
hey, you gotta use them eventually.
Well, you got to use him eventually, but he was on a road course tear there for a while. Not so much at Sonoma, more at Watkins Glen or something. But
anyways, yeah,
I think he's gonna come back with a purpose this week.
it's a good pick. I'm gonna go with somebody. I think he won 2 road courses last year. Ty Gibbs. I mean, excuse me, Tyler Reddick. Tyler Reddick.
That's a good pick.
Tyler Reddick. Yep,
That's a good pick. I wished I was. I thought about that one too.
Yeah,
I thought hard about that one. Tyler Reddick. Moving on to Sonoma. All right, guys. Want to thank our good friends over at Dixie Made, guys. Head over to Dixie Made. Get all the cool new apparel that you just got to love. You just got to love it. As I call it, Southern apparel. Our local boy, our Southern, what was it? Southern Tide. Yeah. Awesome. Just so cool. Drake, man, there's Simply Southern. I mean, just so many different brands that they have over there. They're just good looking stuff for the guys and the girls. So y'all head over to Dixie Made Apparel right here by the flea market, right here in Florence, South Carolina. Check them out on Facebook. Check them out on Instagram. Check out all that good stuff that they got going on. Also, our friends over at Rev Max Racing, guys. Rev Max Racing Apparel. Some of the best looking suits you will ever see. Driving suits, man, they good looking stuff. Good looking stuff. Karting suits, multi-layer, full size race suits. Also, SFI approved. So y'all head over to Rev Max Racing Apparel. Looking them up on Facebook, Instagram, all that good stuff under Rev Max Racing. So y'all head over there and check them out. Tell them we sent you. All right. So what's coming up this weekend? We got we got some Sonoma. As far as NASCAR stuff.
Yeah.
We got Dillon Motor Speedway
locally
here. Is that right?
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
I believe so. Yeah,
I think so.
We'll find out. Yeah, I'll go over there. If nobody's over there, I'll go back home, I guess.
I'm at the wrong track.
I'm pretty sure they are racing.
Yeah,
Saturday.
Yeah, because it was supposed to be 2 Florence weekends in a row.
Yeah. I want to ask you about something else that happened while we were missing a show. Did you see that tire flying at the Indy 500?
I did see a tire flying at the Indy 500. I actually posted on Twitter.
That's right. Yeah, the car.
Yep.
That was.
Facebook.
They dodged the bullet there.
But I did see, and I was like, they got to buy that woman a new car.
Yeah,
it's not hurt that bad. It can be fixed. Headlight, fender, hood, bumper.
But they got
fixed.
They can make
they announced
a deal
yesterday.
Yeah, so
they're buying her or getting her a new car. They didn't say what car yet. I think just give her a pace car.
That'd be cool. But I'm sure they.
Oh, there's people bid on them things.
Yeah, so I'm saying they'll get a little bit of money on
years out. But that'd be cool. That'd be a cool thing to. Like, just take the pace car.
Yeah, do whatever That's you got off.
They did let her go up there and kiss the bricks and all that stuff. So
you got off good on that one, huh?
She worked there.
Really?
Yeah, she was working in a hospitality booth up there. She was.
Oh wow.
I guess serving food.
Yeah.
So I don't know what she was working in a hospitality booth, so she was working at the track.
Yeah. But man, that was scary.
That was very scary. I watched it when it happened.
I did too. Yeah.
I thought I told my dad we were sitting there and I said I think it flew over. I hope it flew
I
up.
think I saw it kind of like split where the grandstands were one turn and one turn. It kind of split, but dangerously close to
Yeah.
to one of them.
Then you go back when they finally figured out, okay, it didn't hit anybody. They went back and did a replay, and it wasn't funny, but it was also funny at the same time. You see everybody in that section of stands just duck, put their hands over their head, like all in unison. It was just like,
Oh yeah,
down. So it wasn't funny at all, but it was. I'm glad nobody.
yeah, absolutely. I'm glad it went.
I really thought it would call. I mean, like I just said, the car's completely repairable. I really thought of probably a 40-pound unit there, 40, 50 pound, with some of the suspension pieces still attached to it, brake rotors, but it was carbon brake rotors, so they're a lot lighter than.
Yep, maybe.
I really thought that would cause a whole lot more damage to that car than.
Yeah, I thought it would just be like absolutely total.
Just destroyed the whole front end, knocked off.
Some of those old cars you can't hardly hurt though.
So can't hurt it. I think it was old Malibu or something.
It was something random, but yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, that was very crazy.
Very glad that ended up that way.
Very much so. Guys, head over to, if you are a new racer in the sport or old racer in the sport, don't make a difference. You're looking to move up the ladder, go check out our friends at MPM, McAllister Precision Marketing. Go talk to Tanya over there. She can get you on the path in the right direction to making your career great for you, making it so sponsors are looking at you. Just she's got the right, she knows the right people in the right places. I mean, that's the best way to put it. So y'all head over to MPM, marketwithmpm.com. Go talk to Tanya today. She will she get you going in the right direction. So what you feeling like you gonna take over Dylan this week? You gonna take the?
I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna take anything at all. To be honest with you, I mean, we'll see. We'll have to.
I'll probably be.
Really?
Yeah. I'm not taking anything.
Yeah,
I'm not taking anything.
Yeah. I think Chad Webster and all. Hopefully they'll be over there. So we'll see.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh, they were running the cars tour. Zach didn't run the cars tour.
No, I think they said they're taking a few weeks off.
They decided not to.
Yeah.
I was going to run the whole thing out. He's had some rough look in it. Yeah. That's a tour that once you start getting some rough look, it gets expensive quick.
Oh, sure. It's expensive anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know if I'll be racing.
The other night was
I did. Did you? I never got to watch it.
I didn't watch the whole thing, but lights went out.
Saw a highlight. Yeah.
Lights went out there at Langley. Is that Connor Jones?
Connor Hall.
Connor Hall
won it. Yep.
Yeah, Connor Hall won it. Him and Butterbean.
Yeah, the Langley, the guys that race there sometimes. So
I figured that was going to happen.
Oh yeah. That track has got to be so tough. How flat.
You ever run on iRacing?
Yeah, I don't like it.
I mean, you don't like it? See, I like it. Actually.
I mean, it's okay, but
I like it. I like it because it's not
so different.
You're never flat out on it.
Yeah.
You can't. I mean, especially pretty much any car after the first 5 laps, you can't put it too far.
Yeah. It's interesting. I mean, it's cool.
Speaking of iRacing, we gonna get back on there?
I'll probably try to do a hosted Wednesday. Just hosted anybody who wants to join. Just anybody in the world, hop in there. We'll let them know.
We had a bunch of guys doing some stuff on Wednesday night, so me and Connor talked about it the other night. He decided to just make a hosted race, and we'll
tell them about
anybody out there, and
just tell them about what's going on, and if they want to join the league, that'd be great
for sure. And we'll have another league going on here, probably in the fall.
Yep. So hopefully we can have some participation.
Yeah, that'd be a big league. Big league. Hopefully, I need to start working now on some sponsors for it.
Yep. Sounds good.
So, what else we got? Anything?
I think that'll about do it for me.
I think me too. Me too. Good thing I'm not racing this weekend. My spotter is going on a cruise without me.
How's that?
He, my sister-in-law was taking her children and they're teenage. One of them was graduating. Faith, she graduated, so they were taking her on a cruise for her graduation and stuff like that. And anyway, her brother was going. Something ended up happening. Her brother couldn't go, so he's staying home. So they changed the name, asked Lane if he wanted to go. So
that's awesome.
They left out today.
Really?
They left out on the ship today. They left yesterday, went and stayed in the hotel. And
Where's it going to?
I don't even know. I don't even really
Somewhere.
know. Just somewhere.
It's going to be floating
They
around.
left out of Port Canaveral down in Florida. I didn't really ask.
Okay.
I'm one of the people, I love cruises, personally. You ever been on one?
I have not,
You need to
actually.
go on one.
Yeah.
I love cruises. But if I never get off the ship, I'm fine with that. I'm just cool staying on it.
Yeah. I've heard so much stuff to do. It don't matter.
Dude, it's a floating city. I mean, I've been on cruises and I've kind of had I never go with a list of what I exactly want to do, but I have kind of in my head, I won't do this, won't do this, won't do this. Yeah, I never get all of it.
I bet.
It's so much stuff. So anyway, all right, guys. Well, and plus Kayla has a Vacation Bible School this week, so she is doing all the music for Vacation Bible School and teaching them all the dances for all the class. So she's wide open with that. So yeah,
Cool deal.
I'm trying to just lay low.
Yep. Stay in the shadows.
Trying to lay low. But anyway, guys, all right. Well, we appreciate y'all hanging out. Appreciate Colby Quick and Derrick Ramey coming on, hanging out with us today. Also, as always, all our partners, SRI Performance, Stock Car Steel and Aluminum, Earl Ramey Racing Engines, Profab Headers and Exhaust, MPM, RevMax Racing, and Dixie Made. Appreciate all of them coming on with us. Anyway, all right. Well, I reckon we'll be back next week.
Sounds good.
All right, guys. Have a good one.
See you.